Welcome back, musical architects. If you watched my previous video, we looked at how to change the tempo of an entire track without having to re-record everything from scratch. In this project, I want to tackle the pitch, the key. So maybe you realize your singer would sound better a step up or a step down. Or the chorus just doesn't hit as strong as you could, being in the key that you are. How do we go about it without having to start from scratch? Let's take a look. Welcome back. How do we change or at least test a different key for an entire project? It happened to me often lately that I recorded singers remotely and I couldn't be in the same room with them to test the key before I did all the pre-production. So I created a whole song and a whole arrangement and then realized they might sound thin in the chorus because I'm going too high, or maybe they don't have enough energy and so I'm too low. If you ever had that problem, here are a few thoughts and approaches to sing again. So let's take a look. I'm starting by simply bouncing the track as an instrumental and then transpose this up and down. It's a bit less processing heavy than doing it with the whole entire track. And for that, you could use some internal plugins, but they don't sound clean. Pitch shift, you can try it, but I don't get any good results with that. So if I go here and say, I want to try this one step up, one semitone up, half a step up. Yeah, I don't get any good results with pitch shift. Way too much distortion and way too many artifacts. So how about we try a different way? How about transposing the region directly? I simply go to transpose, typing in one step up. This sounds already much cleaner than the pitch shift plugin, but I still wouldn't use it on a mixdown. However, I sometimes use it on a single track, like a guitar or a real bass, and sometimes it creates artifacts that sound kind of interesting. I get much better results with a plugin by Waves, called Sound Shifter. I haven't heard anything else that sounds so smooth when it comes to transposition and gets such good results. Once you decide this is the way to go, you like it one step up, I would recommend really going into each subgroup, into each bus, and decide if you want to do it on an individual track level or for the whole group. Let's get the easy stuff out of the way. Drums, you might just want to leave, but sometimes drums are tuned too, or sometimes drums sound better pitched up or pitched down. In other words, if I pitch this up one step, it becomes increasingly brighter. But if I wanted to go more like lo-fi, which is a whole different cool sound, then I could pitch it down. So let's see, we leave the drums alone. Anything MIDI is very simple, just have to make sure we don't forget anything. All my synths are mostly MIDI, so I will go in there and first grab everything and simply transpose it from here. But I could do this as well with the audio parts that I rendered from MIDI into audio, and I can use the same transposition. We'll see that you indicate +1 on these parts. Just make sure you don't forget anything. On the guitar bus, I might do that same sound shifter plugin, but try the full bus at the same time. So I could throw that whole plugin on my guitar bus. Take it one semitone up. It sounds a bit artificial, but in this context, I actually like that little brightness. It creates sort of a cheerful sound that is appropriate for this track. So every bus, every track has to be decided on which level you're going to transpose it. And then I would highly recommend mixing down each subgroup into a stem so it doesn't have to process it all in real time. So that's always an option. Process a single track or an entire bus and create stems that way. And that way you don't have to replay everything. Maybe you find a couple instruments that just don't sound good enough. And especially when it comes to the lead vocals, I wouldn't do it. I would say find the perfect key for the track and then sing the vocals, especially the lead vocals, in that original key in the final tempo. I hope this helps you and maybe can save you some time. I got away with transposing things with Sound Shifter and Logic transposition here quite a bit and didn't have to replay it. Happens often. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I hope this made sense and gives you the tools and skills to edit things very quickly in the future without spending much time and messing up your song. If you want to dig deeper, feel free to check out my course where I start from the very beginning of writing a song to the end of production and take you step by step through the process. Thanks so much and have a great day. No matter what, stay unapologetically creative.